How you doing, guys, and welcome to my movie review on The Man from Toronto. This is a Netflix original movie just released in June of 2022, starring Kevin Hart and Woody Harrelson. So the story of this movie is a case of mistaking identity forces a bumbling entrepreneur played by Kevin Hart to team up with a notorious assassin played by Woody Harrelson in hopes of staying alive. So basically, this was kind of somewhat like an international kind of espionage, kind of assassination prevention, like a comedy action. And I thought with Woody Harrelson and Kevin Hart teaming up with, I thought it was gonna be pretty good. That was very, very promising, but it turned out to be, it was somewhat of an average. It was kind of like a letdown. It didn't reach the full fruition, and there was so much to get into that this movie could have been so good, but it was somewhat of a mismanaged, kind of unmatched entanglements between elements and characters, setting, on and on and on. So overall, in this movie, I was very kind of disappointed with the performance. The promising two stars and a very exceptionally good premise, but not so much. And I'll say the funny moments and action moments throughout this movie is like a first raid of the FBI attack in Virginia. I thought that was pretty okay. By far, the airplane in Puerto Rico scene, I thought that was the best part of this movie. Like when it gets to Puerto Rico, Teddy and the Man from Toronto, also him known as Randy, like Teddy goes on to this kind of room where there was hostages and terrorists holding these couple hostages. Then what happened there is it was kind of gross, and I thought it was kind of funny, just very disgusting, but it's very fun. I thought it was quite funny, and that action sequence and after there's another like a surprise character appear. I thought that seemed by far the best scene, and there was a good moment there. And once he gets to DC, where Teddy and the Man from Toronto meet up with Teddy's wife, Lori, and her friend Anne, and the dance moment, I thought was quite okay, but it's not that seems special. And the second FBI raid and everything. Then the final action sequences in Yorktown, I thought it was very cool and effective. And what happened at the end to the handler, played by Ellen Barkin, it was like, that was, I was like, oh man, boy, oh boy. Huh? So in terms of characters in this movie, definitely Kevin Hart's character and Woody Harrelson's character by far the most intrigue in this movie. Other characters like the FBI agent and all the terrorist crews, I think didn't care for even Teddy's wife, Lori. She turned out to be exceptionally holdover for Teddy's characters, because Teddy was kind of struggling as an entrepreneur. Like he's not doing as good as at work, and he got failed and was disappointed, and turned out to be in later on good things happen for the sake of the country, but for personal Teddy's personal life, what happened to him, and he kind of disappointed it. And of course, the Man from Toronto, Woody Harrelson's character, is very typical assassin, whole pretty good assassin, but there's a detailed couple of histories behind that. He had his own weaknesses. He had weaknesses for interacting with girls, women, not into dancing, on and on and on. He has some regrets. He could have done this instead of being an assassin, on and on and on. So they told the things that need for his character and the settings in this movie. Since the title is Toronto, I thought we got to see more Toronto, but just one particular scene, that's about it. I was kind of disappointed. I thought we were going to see more Toronto area in Canada, Ontario. Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I've been there. It's such a beautiful liberal city. It's such a great city to go. I was disappointed I didn't show any of the scene. It's like Utah, Yorktown. It's Yorktown somewhere in Indiana. It's Virginia, then DC, Puerto Rico, and DC, and those are the main settings. So I was kind of disappointed. I thought we gonna see more Toronto, but not the case for this. And probably the most intriguing like important part of this movie is the chemistry between Kevin Hart and Woody Harrelson. I thought both characters, like Kevin Hart, we know is a very good comedian. He's a very funny guy. Woody Harrelson as well, but I thought the two's characters. There's definitely Kevin Hart's character Teddy. He was kind of like a train wreck. He was trying too hard. Although that wasn't effective enough to like kind of keep you engaged, keep you entertained, and definitely Woody Harrelson's character turned out to be too serious. I didn't see him as funny at all to me personally. He could have been more funnier and like kind of more of a like interactive and more thoughtful and careful. Although he's okay. And at the end of the scene, I thought it was okay that both kind of like bantered each other and kind of shared their moments. I thought that was very cool. But like the general chemistry between the two, I thought was somewhat of a disappointing. It was not that quite of a great chemistry between the two. Like with some of the like tag team like characters in the movie, they didn't have the best chemistry among the two. So I was kind of like disappointed. I wish it was better for sure. So my grade for this movie is 2 star. Unfortunately, like the story premises and the pair potential 2 star, those were good. I thought it was like somewhat of a thrilling and entertaining enough to keep you engaged, but I thought the comedy level in this movie was kind of a little blasé. I wish it did done more in this movie, like up the elements instead of being like such a boring and like such a like kind of disregard some of the key components in this movie. Like I'll say like it was entertaining enough, but like not such a like great absolute like kind of pleasure of a entertaining action like a spy thriller or anything or comedy or sorts. So it was an average at best action buddy assassination comedy film. So there you have it. That's my review on The Man from Toronto, the Netflix original movie. What do you think about it? Leave your thoughts. Please stay tuned for the next video. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.